Tell us what is the latest there.
Okay, we're here at the CRC Church in Bloemfontein, where the memorial service of Mr. Pierre Korkie has just ended. It started at 10 o'clock, and just after 11 o'clock, that's when it finished. And as I'm speaking to you now, the family, friends, and those that were invited for the burial have left the place now, and they are on their way to the cemetery where they'll be laying to rest Mr. Pierre Korkie. But with me now, I'm with the doctor from the Gift of the Givers, Dr. Imtiaz Suleiman, who is just going to give us what he has to say with regard to the whole ordeal of when Mr. Korkie was first held captive at Yemen, and during all that process up until now, the memorial itself, and to this present moment. Good day to you, Doctor, and just give us about your view and what you have to say about the memorial itself and how everything has been done.
Yolandi is a role model. She carried the message of Pierre, and she kept on stressing that Pierre was a man of forgiveness. And today she got that message to everyone here, and that message has touched my heart. And I think that message has to touch the whole world. We've done fighting, we've killed each other, there's strife all across the world, the guns are not working. We need to learn to forgive, we need to learn to reach out, we need to have dialogue, we need to have negotiations, and we need to find the root causes of those issues that are causing so much conflict. And the innocent, the men, women and children, the innocent, they suffer the most in man's ego, in man's greed, and man's stubborn obstinacy. And I think that message of forgiveness and to talk and to find the Lord and to work together, that's what the world needs today. I need leaders and governments and terror groups and tribal leaders and people all over the world to take that message. It's a universal message. We would find more joy in peace, in discussion and negotiation, and I think that's where we should head. Put the guns down and let's try talking. It's free, it doesn't take life, it doesn't cause damage, and it can bring people together, it can bring love, and it can bring happiness and harmony.
And from now on, what do you think incidents like this, we don't want to see them, of course, happening with the people across the country, not only for people in our country, in South Africa. It has been so much difficult for you as the Gift of the Givers, having to negotiate, having to try to pursue the people who held captive Mr. Korkie and his wife, Yolandi. Tell us, just take us through, how has it been to negotiate and up to where it ended?
I think all credit, I know, all credit has to go to my office manager, Anas Al-Hamati, and the tribal leaders in Yemen who went out of their way. Anas had to leave the country for fear of his life and for the fear of life of his wife and his children. On 3 occasions he told me, please, Dr. Suleiman, if something happens to me, please take care of my wife. And at that stage, when Yolandi was being released, 1 child, he now has 2 children. Before he went in on Saturday, on the time they were going to release Pierre on Saturday, he told me, if I don't come back, remember now it's my wife and 2 children. It was his effort, his sacrifice, his leaving the country. His wife had a heart condition. In spite of that, he took the risk on many occasions to try to free Pierre. Also, the tribal leaders, they kept on telling us, my friend, it's very dangerous in this area. There's drones, there's tribal leaders, there's bandits, we can get killed. And in the process, on 10th November, some of them got killed and going to try and negotiate. And unfortunately, 2 days ago, the tribal leader who was behind the whole plan to release Pierre was killed 2 days ago by Al-Qaeda. So this has been very tragic, 11 months of hard work, a lot of loss of life. But in the end, as Yolandi says, we need to forgive and we need to make a way forward, and let's make a plan to get people to talk together.
That was Dr. Imtiaz Suleiman of Gift of the Givers, the man behind everything that was possible to see that Mr. Pierre Korkie was being released from where he was held captive. But here we find ourselves today in this kind of situation whereby today he's been bid farewell. Back to you at the studio.